but we're also there to compete. But we didn't want to make you anything excessive or do anything that would possibly ruin a friendship.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, I think all the guys that were there could throw it.
Question, raise your hand.
We got a whole hour, so there's no rush, Dave.
Jim, you guys haven't played Illinois in 6 years. How do you prepare for a team that, number one, you haven't seen in a long time, let alone haven't played as a program in that span of time?
When did we play Illinois? 17 or 16? We played.
I thought it was 16.
2016.
Still 3 years.
Yeah. How do we prepare? Diligently. You saw today at the luncheon. They're, every single team is, really good. They've been coached well. They've been prepared well. The recruiting has been really good at each of the program. Everybody is in a position to, take their shot. And so on our schedule, we understand that there's every team is good. There's 9 bowl teams that we played this year, and every week is a skirmish and a long campaign.
Any concern about losing the 4 defensive starters in the NFL draft, or do you feel like you have the talent to reload on that side of the ball?
I think we do. I think we have good players. We got good reinforcements. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but through the 4 years that I've been here, I know we played a lot of freshmen. Seems like we played a lot of freshmen in 2015, but we only had the 14. But some of those guys played. A couple played. The next year we played a lot of freshmen. 14 or 17. 17 we played quite a few freshmen, somewhere in that 14 to 17 range, and then this past year 3 players played the full season: Aiden Hutchinson, Ronnie Bell, and Jake Moody. So that was, to me, that's significant that we're getting to a position where there's depth and there's reinforcements in the first and the second unit, where the necessity to play the freshmen is decreasing.
It definitely hasn't been.
Jim, what's the status? Jim, with Christian Turner and Zach Charbonnet, they pretty healthy now?
Yeah. So it's going well. Christian's having a really good summer. True Wilson has remained really rock solid, having a great summer, and reports are really great on Zach Charbonnet. Though he didn't practice in the spring, he's been termed a lot like Ben Mason. Strength coaches are saying that he's a stalker. He's stalks them. He's in the weight room all the time, living in there. Talking about Zach and Ben Mason. They're both right up there at the top of that list. So Cleek Hudson mentioned to me that of all the guys he's been most impressed with, it's been Zach Charbonnet. Things are going well there at the running back position for us. As I said, True Wilson, Christian Turner. Everything is, stay healthy. He's had bad luck. He's had some real bad luck with, a broken bone in his hand, and then an ankle injury, and then a hamstring in the spring. But at each juncture, it's always been, we're about to play Christian. Christian's about to go in. He's looked great in practice. Here we go. And then there's been bad luck or bad timing. So, but he's looking good right now. Zach Charbonnet, talked about Zach. He's in the mix there a lot. Ben Van Summeren is a player that we moved over from defense to offense in the offseason, and it was a real great addition. He had a tremendous spring. He's a big guy in the 230, 240 range, and all muscle, carved out of marble, and can run fast. We knew that. Didn't know he was as elusive as he was, and that really showed up during spring practice, talking about Ben Van Summeren. Also, Hassan Haskins. Started on offense at running back, moved him over to defense where he was playing the Viper position, and was doing really well there. Would have been a real contention to be in the 2 deep at that position. But we moved him back to running back before the spring. He had a slight meniscal tear before spring practice started that we knew he'd be limited, and it ended up needing a scope, which he did get. So he's been rehabbing. Now he's back to running. Should be healthy and ready to go for the start of training camp. Looking forward to. We have a couple of good walk-ons that have been doing well in the summer program. So looking forward to Hughes and Castleberry. The reports have been good, and we're looking to see them when we put the pads on. So there's quite a few. Jared Charr, another running back who's been in the program, and as I've also talked about, maybe Khalid Hudson, who was a high school running back, and also Jordan Anthony was a high school running back. I don't think it'll get to that because I think we're in pretty good shape at the running back position, but it's always a possibility.
Jim, what made you want to commit to the RPO concept?
Yeah, what made me want to commit to that was really the quarterback position. Our quarterbacks, Shea Patterson and Dylan McCaffrey, their explosive ability to throw and run. Both, and they're used to that. Shea was used to that. Found that Shea was really better in the shotgun after being with him for the first season. We went more to it as the season went on last year. Also, Dylan's ability to get out and go and run. There's a tremendous running ability there that he has. Also, they're comfortable in that. I think Shea's really comfortable in that up-tempo, no-huddle offense, and things spread out just a little bit more helps those two quarterbacks. So it's really that. It's driven by that for us, and opportunity to hire Josh Gaddis, who have followed for a long time, back from when he was coaching at Western Michigan and then Penn State, Vanderbilt, Alabama, Western Michigan, Vanderbilt, Penn State, Alabama. Opportunity presented itself to hire him, and was decisive in doing that because I felt like he would be the person that could coach that system the best, knew that system the best, and it's been a great learning experience for me, learning some of those ways. And our coaching staff is at the point now where they know it, and everybody's working really well together. That's the whole of it. Not just the reason why, but that's where it is right now.
We had this discussion with Ed Orgeron at SEC because he's doing the exact same thing. It's a 3-point game either way in the fourth quarter, midway through. It's hard to imagine LSU and probably Michigan being in the spread option. You guys going to stick to it?
Yeah, man, I think thoroughly. As I said, not only Shea and Dylan really good and suited for it. I might say Joe Milton as well, and Cade McNamara. And most quarterbacks are coming out of that type of system.
Jim Jalen Mayfield, what kind of progress is he making? And can we expect to see him on the field much this year?
Jalen Mayfield, really doing well. Him and Andrew Stuber, they've been linked, right? They were linked going into spring ball, throughout spring ball, as the two that were competing at the right tackle position, and they are linked again because they are both attacking the summer program, and again, termed as stalkers to the wait staff. So he's in a battle, but it's so good. It's to the point of you like Stuber a lot, you like Jalen Mayfield a lot, and if you ever had to put them both at tackle, and but Runyon's an all Big Ten tackle right now.
The coaches always talk about having.
But you wonder, and maybe those are the things that'll even clarify more as you get into to training camp. That if something happened to one of the inside guys, that Runyon could be an inside guy, and those two be the tackles. But we're not there right now because we got really good guards in Ben Bredesen and Mike Uwenu and Cesar Ruiz at center. So, but it's a good problem to have. But right now they're both really doing well.
What do you like about Mayfield?
Really, I tell you what I like about Jalen Mayfield is I like watching tape of 73. When I see the number 73 out there and I'm going through the tape, I just like watching it. I'm drawn to him. He's very athletic and he's gotten stronger, but he moves like a really good offensive tackle, and so good balance, good athleticism, gotten stronger, and just that other thing of I like watching 73.
Last year he said he came in
It's fun.
in the summer during camp.
How has Jackson Hill acclimated since he's arrived?
Just like anybody.
I think good. It's been a helpful thing this year to have the freshmen come in right after they graduated. Coming in June and be able to get the physicals, get some of the workouts, some of the baseline things done earlier than usual. Also, right into class in summer school. He says it's hard. He says it's good, but they're all doing a good job of balancing that right now, giving them a preview of what it's going to be like in the fall, balancing football and school. But good. All the reports have been good, and excited to watch him play.
Do you have an idea about where you want to see him play?
Yeah, I want to see him play safety.
Coach, you played in the Big Ten East, obviously a lot of big games built into that already. How do you get your guys to not to overlook a team like in Indiana, where you have to go this year? Last 2 times there have been in overtime. On paper, they look like they could be good offensively.
Yeah, Indiana gives us heck every time. 2 overtime games, both down at their place, and I think 2 10-point wins at our place. So, there's, like I said earlier, there's every week is great opponents, well coached, and really good squads. Skirmishes in a long campaign, no doubt about it. We'll be really happy to win any and every of them. So that's.
How important is to have Josh Matelius and Lavra Hill in the secondary to have them back? How important is to be coached?
Yeah. So Josh Metellus said, I was only allowed to bring 3 here to Chicago this weekend. If I had 4, I'd have brought Josh. He's really crushing it this summer, doing a heck of a job. Played in a lot of games. He's just like Bredesen and Kalik and playing in a lot of games since he's been here, going into his 4th year. Excellent player. Looks more mature, more grown up. He's a guy who's young for his grade. He's a young for his grade guy, 16, 17 or so when he was graduating from high school in his senior year. And Levert's doing well. Had some off-season procedure and didn't really do much of spring ball, but he's having a good summer right now, and looking forward to seeing him when we get to training camp.
Are there certain coaches points or things
you don't have to talk a lot, but when you do talk, it has to mean something. I think that just being well-spoken.
Oh yeah, there's things you're working on all the time as a quarterback, and not just one thing.
Knowing when,
anything specific,
when is the right moment
that you especially felt was a priority coming into the season?
It's like a toolbox. There's not one thing more important than the other. So he's developed fine. He's doing great. I love him. Like like everything about him. I really do. And I think, just like all of us, really, just the things that we're all working on, and that focus on, that being a disciplined thinker and, task at hand, what we're doing right now. We could really only be thinking about one thing. Can't think necessarily about
I know what he's talking about. Yeah, it was
the end of the game before you get to the end of the game. Practice what you're doing at the moment. So that's something we're all really trying to do as good a job as we can.
Jim, with you having a more running offense compared to a passing offense the past couple of years, now going into this year, your running backs aren't as experienced, and you now Shea has another year with the receivers. Do you see a change in play calling going into next season?
Well, I mean, we'll see. We will see, and that really, play by play, you don't know if it's a run play or a pass play. The RPO is a run-pass option, and it could be a run, it could be a pass. So no way to predict it until after the ball is snapped.
We saw Ben. He looks like he's in great shape. Mike Amoyna, we saw him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Mike's in good shape, isn't he?
Yeah.
Ain't that good?
Are they all following suit? And
Who'd you say the first one?
Ben Bradison.
Oh yeah, Ben. Ben's off the charts, top of the charts. Mike Awenyu's had a really good offseason. He's worked a lot on his technique, worked a lot on his conditioning. He looks tremendous, and there's a bunch of other guys walking around that really look good.
Yeah, I definitely grew up watching Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Those two guys, just the energy and passion that they bring towards the game, whether that be on the field or during preparation, something that I've tried to model.
No, don't have an opinion. Worthy question. Deserves worthy thought.
Jim, back to Ben Bredesen. He was 20 when he was elected captain. That's highly unusual. What about Ben enables him to be a mature leader at such a young age?
So, I think
by example, by his competitive nature, I mean, he fulfills that role. But he's also he does other things. I mean, he's a really good communicator. He you really see him taking interest in other guys, empowering other guys. He's able to do that. He's got a gift for that, and he cares a lot about the team. It's make Michigan great, make himself great. But I mean, it's a lot about making Michigan great to him, and that's. We all respect that and all admire that.
Coach, kind of expanding on that, it seems, there's hype around your program every year. It seems like this year might be amped up to another level. How much do you rely on guys like that, guys like your senior leaders, to keep everybody else in check when you're getting ready?
Well, we really just, what I was talking about earlier, just that focus, things that we have been working on, things that we've been training on, and that moment to moment, day to day choices that you make. I mean, put yourself in the position of being 18 to 22 years old. I mean, there's a lot of choices. There's going to be 1,000 choices, at least, that they're going to make probably even before the season starts. What to eat, what time to go to sleep, so many different things, but. Specifically, what you're asking, you're saying there's a lot of hype around the team. I've read other articles that, I've already been asked today. I mean, you think people are sleeping on you, Coach? I mean, when you say everybody's hyping the team up, and then somebody else is saying everybody's sleeping on it, well, it can't be. It can't. Those are two very different sides of the spectrum. So, we haven't addressed that.
Jim, you guys have had some really good players at the Viper position over the years.
Yeah.
What are the traits that you're looking for at that position, especially when you're recruiting to that position?
Well, that's a guy that's a really good safety. He could be a really good safety, but he could also have the versatility to be a really good nickel kind of cover guy, but also the abilities of a linebacker and even a pass rusher off the edge. It's it's that kind of Swiss Army knife, Jim Thorpe type of player that can do all those different things at a really high level. Smart, because they have to come from different angles, different gaps. It can come from anywhere. I think a Troy Polamalu type player, that kind of mold. But it's a great position on our team. It's a important position on our team, and it's got a great name too, Viper. Like you're attacking.
Hard to find those guys, or they're out there and you just
Yeah,
have to help mold them and stuff.
Yeah, out there.
I think so, and that's
A lot of them out there. Yeah.
Of becoming a closer team as well.
It's like that.
Obviously, we spend a lot of time.
Jim Ben was talking about a new sort of sense of energy or urgency with this team to get over that hump.
Yeah.
Championship, Ohio State. Sense that from guys, coaches, themselves.
Absolutely. It's kind of what we do. I think a lot of people talk positively. Everything's positive. Everything you're doing is positive, and especially this time of year, you hear that from everybody. Just all the positive, accentuate the positive kind of thing. We embrace the negative. We embrace the the suck. Okay, let's improve. Let's take it into account the things that we've done, the times we've lost, and what we can do to make that not happen again, ever. So that kind of team, that kind of mentality, that kind of place. That's found that to be who we are. That's our identity.
What does that say? Are you personally feeling something pressure-wise to deliver a special season at this point, Jim, like 5 years in?
We term it as challenge. Great opportunity that we have to be doing what we're doing, and the great challenge that we have in front of us, and we understand we welcome it. We kind of feed off it, and you say pressure, we say okay, let's see how much pressure we can apply. So that's what we're training for. It's okay. We bring it up a lot. That's part of what we embrace it. That's our.
Soul searching do you do after that game? What do we need to do to be able to get over that against Ohio State specifically?
Yeah, and those are the things that we're focused on right now. Where we came up short, how can we put it over the top? It was good. We won. There was one point we won. I could go through a lot of the positives, but we just don't do that. That's not what we do. And it may be right, maybe wrong, but we study, we learn, we take it for accountability, and then we strive to win our goals. Those are the things that start us. That gets us started. Then we focus in on the process of achieving those goals.
Coach, my question about assistant coaches. We're from Indiana. We remember when you were the volunteer assistant, we were having to come back and doing that. What's it like for you to have these assistant coaches that are working hard for you, kind of like how you did it for your dad as a volunteer, but these guys are making it, but the assistant coaches that toil there and work so hard?
Oh, this is, I really am feeling like 2019 special for a lot of reasons. Players, mainly, I really like these players that we have. I think they really want to make Michigan great and make themselves great. High drive guys. And also the coaching staff. This, to me, is the best coaching staff that we have been around, that we've had at Michigan. I talked about Josh Gaddis. I'll talk about Don Brown, who is as good a coach as I've ever coached with. There is no better coach I've coached with than Don Brown. He is all in. He is totally driven. And also Ed Warner did a great job for us last year as offensive line coach. Our run game improved. our pass protection was better. We gave up less sacks. We saw the players improve a lot individually and collectively. Mike Zordich, our corners coach, continues to coach all Big Ten corners that turn into pro corners. Outstanding football coach. Chris Partridge, been with us the full amount of time, ready to be a head coach. Coaches our special teams, coaches our safeties. A lot of people know him. You know, he's a go-getter. Takes a lot of accountability, all in as well, both in recruiting and in coaching. So Ben McDaniels also new this year, coaching the quarterbacks. Been doing a great job. Really connects well with our guys, Shea and Joe and Dylan and Cade. Has really studied the offense. We're all learning. We've all learned. I mean, Josh's system, and it's been a great learning experience for me and the other coaches. Ben's really got it down and really understand it and really been communicating it well to the quarterbacks. And then also I got these young coaches that I would say are the best young coaches that I've seen in 35 years. Anthony Campanelli, who is coaching he's new to our program, coaching the linebackers, the Vipers, and the Nickels. Great background. 3 brothers who are coaches, dad who coaches, love him. Tremendous energy and just real star power as a shining star coach. Say the same thing about Sean Nua, who's coaching our defensive line, brings energy, brings enthusiasm, connects great with the players, loves to recruit, and he's got a presence on the field where he goes. You know, he's a high motor coach, and he's been tremendous. Sharon Moore is the other I would put in that group of young coaches. He's been with us going now into his 2nd year. Tremendous coach, tremendous guy. He's demanding. He's knowledgeable. He's not looking to be everybody's best friend. He's looking to get guys better, and it shows up every single day. He's up and at it. Humility prevents me from putting my son Jay, who coaches our running backs, into that category, but facts are that he is one of the best young coaches I've seen in 35 years. So I'm going to put him in that category. You got to be honest. He's done a tremendous job and been attacking, coaching the running backs. I feel really good about our running backs. He does a great job recruiting as well. So it's a staff. It's a coaching staff, and then then we have other staff members that feel great about it. Could talk even more about them, but really loving the group. It's doing a great job. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it.
You guys had one of the best defenses in the country last year. How do you build on that success, and still, what areas do you think you could be better in defense?
Yeah, I think there's a real system, that's been in place now for 3 years on our defense. Don Brown has brought that system, coaches that system on a daily basis, and there's a pride with the playing defense at the University of Michigan that we all know and believe in to be true and be there. And there's guys, there's some real good players. Talked about the coaches, but there's really good players there too. Kwity Paye, again, it continues to improve as a player, and had a really good season last year along with Josh Uche. When those two played in games, they both played really well and played and impacted the game, in a big way and in a physical way, in tackle producing, sack producing, turnover producing ways. Aiden Hutchinson was one of the 3 freshmen who played last year, and he's back. He's starting. He's looking better than ever. and
just because of, how they.
Devin Gill, Josh Metellus. We talked about Lavert Hill, Vincent Gray coming along. Great. Ambry Thomas, hopeful. Hopefully he's working through a little something right now. But, we're hopeful that he'll get back with us. And other really, really good players. Donovan Jeter's been having a really good summer. Ben Mason, the number one stalker on the team in terms of the weight room, continues to, be big and strong and affect the game and impact the game. I visualize. So young linebackers also we're super excited about Josh Ross and Cameron McGrone. Both those kind of Devin Bush type guys that can really run and play physical and play sideline to sideline and downhill. Both of those guys got a little limited in the spring, and Cam McGrone really came on, but we know that both are doing really good right now and outstanding. So.
Real quick, just follow up though. What areas specifically do you think is there room to improve in defensively?
I think one area would be the inside pass rush. We're really getting pressure from the inside guys, and we have a chance to do that this year. There's some athleticism in there with Jeter and with Dwumfor, with Ben Mason. Guys have that kind of ability and capability to, and others.
Jim, where do you foresee Michael Dana fitting in?
Oh gosh, thanks for bringing up Mike Dana. So he has been so good. Michael Dana, who transferred from Central Michigan, all reports, everybody, is that there's a high level of athleticism, high level of strength, and a high level of desire there, and a high leadership level that's Michael Dana has been given the football team this summer. So, really, really all good reports there. And so you start to see that there's some real, there's guys that can play, and there'll be some, there's reinforcements and there's top line guys, and we'll see the probably start thinking maybe that you change the way you look at a starter, and how much Hutchinson's going to play, Kwity Paye's going to play, Uche's going to play, Mike Dana's going to play, and what does that really mean? I know in the end we'll do what's best for our football team, and that pass rush, being able to put pressure on the quarterback, as we said, from the inside, but that's got a chance to also improve on the edges as well, and could very well do so this year.
Coach, one more question about family. You talked about your son being a coach, your dad being a coach, your brother being a coach. How special is it for you to share that title of coach, being in that family?
Well, really, you hit the word that I was going to use, special. This 2019 season, really starting in September, has a chance to be really, really special. May never happen again for me the rest of my life, because all 7 of my kids will be in Ann Arbor, and mom and dad living next door. My wife Sarah, still married to me, and two youngsters that in Jimmy and Grace. Jimmy will be a 5th-year senior, so it's going to be his last year in Ann Arbor. And then Grace, my daughter, will be an incoming freshman playing water polo. Jay coaching on the staff, and then four little ones. One will be in the 5th grade, one will be in the 3rd, one will be in the 2nd, and one will be in just 2.5. So, but all there together. That's a really special. So, I know I talked about how special I think the players are, the coaches. Last but not least, having the family all together. Hopefully it's more years after this, but I know I got this one coming up. Thanks.
Coach, we addressed yesterday the possibility of having a Big Ten team playing in Mexico. what will it mean to you and the program to be one of the first two teams to play a big game at the Aztec Stadium of the University of Mexico Olympic Stadium? And which teams do you would like to face in Mexico? One team from the Big Ten or another team from another conference?
Wow, that's this is a lot of possibilities, you know, to be thinking about or you know, envisioning there. You know, it'd be great to play there. It'd be great to play. You know, a lot of teams would be great to play. I could think of a lot of them. But, yeah, thank you. That'd be really cool.
Jim, with your experience both as a player and as a coach in the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, have you found that basically the team with the best players and the best game plan wins that game on Saturday? Or how much does revenge and things that may have been set off the field and pressure and all those outside intangible things, how much can that actually affect the outcome of a rivalry?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the exact percentage. I do know that you know, yeah, the tangibles and the intangibles are the things that, you know, affect the outcome of every game, including that one.
Do you, the comment that you made about Urban Meyer that you were asked about earlier, how do you believe that something like that adds to the Ohio State and Michigan rivalry? Do you think that has an effect on anything, on how this game will be perceived, or how people on both sides are talking about this game now?
I don't think so, because I don't think it was anything new. I don't think it was a bombshell. It was all things that have been written about, are very well documented.
How surprised you by the reaction everyone's asking about? How surprised are you that you're getting that?
I just got a question on it. One. So.
Do you think it's clearly there's been a reaction to it? Do you understand the idea that yes, it is something that's been written about and talked about, but maybe it's a little different when it's the Michigan coach who's saying it about a former Ohio State coach, or do you believe that what you say is no different than what anybody else would say?
I don't see why people are so afraid to say what they think. Maybe that's something that'd be worthy to be examined.
I think some people think it might be sort of like poking the bear a little bit. I mean, was there any of that intent involved, or was it just you reacting to a question on a podcast?
So yeah, me giving my opinion now. I'm not into making analogies about animal analogies, so the poking the bear thing doesn't resonate. But yeah, there's really nothing more to say.
There has been a reaction. I'll ask you one more question about the reaction. Urban Meyer's daughter on social media wrote, maybe this is a deflection strategy. Throw a little mud to avoid answering why you always lost. That's a member of Urban Meyer's family. Is this a deflection strategy because you're 0-4 against Ohio State, or is it just something you said?
It was me saying what I think.
Obviously, it's
question answered.
Yeah. Common story. You understand that.
Yeah.
There's been a great reaction to it.
You've asked your question. I've answered it.
Jim, can you talk about?
Again, I'm not.
Talk about Ben Herbert a little bit and his impacts continuing with getting these guys in shape.
He's been 100% respected and loved by every single player on the team. That's rare. That's rare that happens. He's that good. He's made that big of an impact on our team, and as has his entire staff. Been phenomenal. It's been a game changer. The precision too is another thing that I would point to. If you went into our weight room and you just saw the precision of the way the machines are set up, the precision of the way the workout is planned and organized, it really rubs off on our team. That attention to detail is always there in every single workout. A great thing for our team to learn and understand. But he's the best I've been around.
Jim, every coach has preferences. Your offense has seemingly been pro style, and I know you talked about the quarterbacks fitting it to them. Did you have to be convinced to go to more of an open style, more of a kind of a spread? How much did that take for you to kind of move in that direction?
To meet each other outside of the context.
It was based on the things I said it was based upon earlier.
That was it? Just quarterback period?
Not period. I mean, that's where it started, and I really felt like that was the person that's touching the ball every single play was a good place to start.
So that's an evolution for you a little bit?
Yeah.
Jim, you mentioned Ambry Thomas earlier. You don't feel that him at the beginning of camp, or is he? You don't know.
Don't know yet. Well, we'll see. I mean, there's like I said, he's been there's some things we're hoping for the best, and that would be that he would be there beginning of camp or soon after camp starts. And
You don't have a ton of depth there. You think about moving some guys around, just in case.
Yeah, Vince Gray has really been doing a good job. And then from there, there's the Green, Jamon Green. He's going to get an opportunity, and DJ Turner, young guy there, will get an opportunity. So we'll see what we have when we get to training camp.
Coach, you think the Big Ten East is the toughest division in football? And if it is, do you think the Big Ten would benefit by looking at realignment? Even though I know a lot of people talk about time works it out, it hasn't been that way. The East has been powerful, and there's no change in that in the foreseeable future.
I can't say that for a fact. That I know that's the best. So I know it's darn good, really good.
But do you think that the Big Ten would possibly benefit by looking at possibly realigning some teams?
Worthy question. But I know what their schedule is, and that's the one you prepare for.
Jim, you obviously have very high expectations for your team year after year, but this year, a lot of the rest of the media thinks that Michigan's going to come out of the Big Ten. What do you think Michigan has that's going to separate you guys from the rest of the pack come November?
We have potential to be really good, and as I've talked about, I believe it's because the players that we have, the coaches that we have, and you want to reach as close to your potential as possible. Those are the things that we're working on now, and it's good. It's pretty tight right now. Like I said earlier, I mean, you want to get it tighter. You want to get it even better. That's our focus.
Jim, does losing someone like Urban Meyer in this league help you guys take that next step? One guy, one elite guy who's gone.
To minimize those mental mistakes, but I think those incompletions mainly just come from.
I mean, you don't have to face him. I'm just asking. Does that make that jump a little easier to take that next step?
Always being forward.
No, I'm not really. That's something I don't know. I don't know.
The whole your receivers in general stems from his feet, but
I think they are. They've had good summers. We'll see when we get a little closer to training camp.
Jim, in terms of your tempo, tell me a little more about what that means. You anticipate being primarily no-huddle team? Will you change tempos? How will that play out?
We're planning on being no huddle. We'll have the ability to change tempos.
Did you have to structure your off-season program a little bit differently to prepare guys to play that way?
They had good seasons, good productive seasons.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, conditioning's been a priority.
Jim, you mentioned all those defensive ends. Maybe this would be a better question for Don, but Dana, Josh, and Uche, I guess, who's a hybrid with Quiddy, Hutchinson. Could you see a scenario where you're getting 3 or 4 of those guys in the field, maybe one less tackle inside, playing more of those guys together, like 3 defensive, somebody moves inside? You know what I'm saying? Could you see a scenario where all those guys are playing together?
Yeah.
You got 4.
Yeah.
With Josh.
And I think Don will tell you the same thing. I mean, there'll be packages where to get the five best playing at the same time. We do have the ability to do that.
Like Dana and Quiddy could probably play inside, you think?
they could play in any combination of the five. Yeah.
Jim, what do you know
There's
about
some good options.
What do you know about Ryan Day? Do you have any connection points to him going back a couple years, 10 years, whatever it may be?
Not too many. I know, my wife went to the wives' luncheon yesterday and came home and said she really liked Ryan Day's wife. And
That's something.
huh?
That's something.
Absolutely. It was great.
No connection through other coaches. You've heard what makes him tick. Impressed by what he's done. Any of that?
Yeah, Don Brown coached with him, and so there's that. But no, I don't know what makes him tick.
Jim, what's Dylan McCaffrey's role this year, and could you see games where he could play in addition to Shea?
Yeah, I do.
Would like to see him maybe get a little bit more time when it matters?
Yes, I mean where it stands right now, and that could change later or not. Is I see them both playing. Possibly where it stands right now, I see it almost even maybe even redefining what a starter is. Like we talked about with the defensive ends, I see that that's where it is now. They're both. You just see them both being that you want to get both on the field, either at the same time or separately.
You've never really done that, have you? Played two, like a lot, like not just in little. Have you ever done that? Played two quarterbacks?
Not too much, no. Not too much, no.
It's just more about those guys' talent that you have right now.
Yeah, and I'm really not talking about playing them both at the same time. When I say I'm going to play them both in games, it's really going to be, they're both playing quarterback, during the same game. And probably the way it stands now in every game. That's.
How many more minutes or is there this season for you guys? You mentioned you prefer challenges to pressure, but I'm wondering, concept of urgency, how do you look at that for your team this season?
Oh, great challenge for our team, and we're very much looking forward to it. I like the ladies talk from the Rose Bowl today. I thought her words were good as well.
What did she say?
Hope, spring's eternal. Paraphrasing, but.
I know your switch on offensive philosophy to the run-pass option is personnel-driven, you said, but have you played against teams that, from a defensive standpoint, you've seen that this is a tough offense to play against?
Could you repeat that?
As a defensive coach, have you played against teams and against that particular offense where you've seen how difficult it can be to defend?
Yeah, we've seen it, and it's like I said. I mean, you got to still be able to block people. You still either are handing the ball off or you're protecting people, and I think where things stand right now, our offensive line is pretty darn good, and they're maybe as good as we've had. So, and you feel comfortable both running the ball and having them protect, and just the concept of the option once the ball is snapped of deciding which it will be, a run or a pass, is very appealing, especially when you have the guys up front that we do.
This is the last question.
Jim, you mentioned earlier about not holding up the transfer of Oliver Martin. Is that the same with James Hudson?
Yeah. So be clear. I mean, the coaches, as a coach, I don't have any say in that, not any involvement. That's the compliance department's talk. They've talked to each other through statements and counter statements and statements, and then the NCAA decides. But as a coach, I'm not involved in it.
All right, thank you. Got to move him on to his next appointment.
Okay.